Hello my friends and welcome to another exciting episode of Tech Tuesday. For those who may not know me, my name is Joshua Haynes, and every Tuesday I talk about technology to make your life a lot simpler. In January, a published study revealed just how easy it is for hackers to take control of your cell number, potentially leading to thousands of dollars in fraud. That's your money on the line. So today I'm going to explain how to prevent and respond to a SIM swap scam. We will also continue to celebrate Black History Month by highlighting living pioneers who have contributed to science and technology. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the SIM card inside your phone is actually a small plastic chip that tells your device which network to connect to, as well as which phone number to use. We rarely ever think about our SIM cards, except maybe when we are activating a new phone or swapping phones. But here's the problem. Hackers know that SIM cards is a fairly easy accessible point, thus to get access to your cell phone number, and in turn, get access to all of your online accounts that are on your phone. SIM swapping occurs when someone contacts your wireless provider, calls the call center employee, and actually convinces that person that they are in fact you, who is able to get access to your personal data. How can we prevent this or reduce the chances of this happening to us? The first step is to actually reduce excessive personal data online. You can do this by keeping your phone number, your date of birth, your mailing address, and any other compromising information off as many accounts as possible. And don't share this information to the public. The second step is to cancel and delete any accounts that you no longer need or use as an added precaution. The next thing I highly suggest is for you to actually protect your accounts by creating a PIN, especially for your cell phone carriers. Some accounts and cellular providers actually require you to make a PIN before being able to activate any of your devices. Other cell phone carriers make it optional, but I highly suggest you to make that second line of defense and create another additional barrier so that you can reduce the chances of being hacked, especially for your SIM cards. Step number 4 is actually very critical. I highly suggest you to unlink your personal smartphone number to any accounts where it's possible, such as like Facebook, any other apps that you actually have your personal cell phone number linked to it and it's actually possible to unlink it. I highly suggest you to unlink that. Step number 5 is to use unique long passwords and never save all of these passwords in a document and put it on a cloud. So don't put it on Apple Cloud, don't use it on Google Drive, don't even upload it to Dropbox and have a secured password. I don't suggest you to save any of your important passwords in a document and put it on any sort of cloud. And step number 6 is to be smart with all your physical paper documents. If anything has your address, your name, your phone number, your social security number, any type of extra information, always shred before throwing out. So the next question is, how do I know if I'm already affected? Well, the quickest and easiest way to find out is if your SIM card is no longer active. First thing I highly suggest you to do is call your cell phone carrier, tell them what's going on and see what has been updated or changed to your account. The next thing I highly suggest you to do is start with your email accounts, change those passwords, look for your Venmo accounts, your PayPal accounts, your Cash App accounts, any stock accounts that you have made purchases on and investments using those apps. Contact all of these people and change and update those passwords immediately, because a hacker will first look into any accounts that have money in it. The next thing I suggest you to do is not to have any confirmation codes sent to that phone number, especially if you don't have access to that number. If you're making updates and changes to it, make sure once you change your email password that you just say send to your email instead. So if you cannot have access to your accounts anymore, contact customer service accounts immediately and explain the situation. Explain to them what happened, and they'll be able to either freeze your accounts, facilitate you, or tell you what steps to take in regards to that specific account. Call immediately. Time is very sensitive when it comes to this. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Feel free to follow me on all social media platforms at THEJoshuaHaynes. I hope today's video gives you some great insight on how to prevent and respond to a SIM swap scam. And now, last but not least, stick around as we celebrate Black History Month and highlight today's living pioneer who has made an impact in science and technology.
Jesse Eugene Russell was born in Nashville, Tennessee on April 26, 1948 to a family of 13. He had 2 sisters and 8 brothers, and their parents were Charles Albert Russell and Mary Louise Russell. Just like many black people in America at that time, The Russell family lived in a very poor and socially deprived part of Nashville. Jesse Eugene Russell engaged more in athletics in his early years. He would later go to a school when he got an opportunity to attend to a summer education program at Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. After the summer education program, he did exceptionally well and then moved on to study electrical engineering at Tennessee State University. In 1972, he graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering. And to prove that he was a born genius, he graduated as a top honor student in the School of Engineering. Russell's academic qualifications and his excellence set him apart and made him the first African American that was given a job by AT&T from a historically black college and university. He also became the first black person in the USA to be selected as the Eta Kappa Nu Outstanding Young Electrical Engineer of the Year in 1980. Russell went further in his academic achievements to obtain a master's degree in electrical engineering in 1973 from Stanford University. While Russell was working as an engineer at AT&T Bell Laboratories in 1988, he developed the world's first digital cellular base station and holds the patent to the digital services which many companies of the world use today. Before Russell invented the wireless mobile device, the mobile devices available were mainly used in cars or in other vehicles. This was mainly because the mobile devices needed the power to be able to transmit signals to a cell tower. And at that point, the power needed to drive a mobile phone was too much to fit into a wireless movable device. It was Russell's ingenuity and creation of the mobile device that made it possible for mobile phones to be handy and affordable today. After Russell invented the wireless mobile device, he went ahead to invent other groundbreaking innovations in the field of wireless communication systems. He continues to be a leading name in the architectures and technology which are related to radio access networks, end user devices, and in-building wireless communication systems.